Our scene opens in the apartment of Stefan Braunfiedler. Um, he wakes up the following evening, um, and for dramatic purposes, he's going to fail his nightmare roll or botch his nightmare roll. He wakes up in a terrible state. By the time he wakes up, Cherie, not even sure if that's really her name, has gone. Um, he, uh, he gets up quickly, and runs over to his door and checks it. Sees that the bottom is locked. He throws one of the bolts quickly. Not even, I mean, not even certain why he's doing it. He sees flashes before him. Um, Darkness, a dark alley, um, wings about him flapping, um, and in the distance, eyes staring back at him. Um, Not completely clear as to why they're burrowing into his soul. Why why he's very confused. He walks over to one of his workbenches, not even realizing where he's going, not even realizing really what he's doing. He walks down the alleyway toward the eyes that are burrowing deep inside of him. Um, and as he draws closer to these eyes, hears the flapping of wings, large black wings in this alley. He sees a woman, and then he sees a different woman. He cannot make out the features of their face, but as he passes them, he notices their eyes burrowing deep into his soul. And he feels the sadness that just beats him down, unable to overcome. As he's caught in this illusion, he's actually sitting at a workbench. He takes out a large piece of prototyping clay and tools. His subconscious his subconscious knows what it's doing. His conscious mind is completely distracted by the vision, by the hallucination before his eyes. He starts to shape an image, a horrifying image. A woman laying on the pavement, bleeding. The viscera streaming out from her midsection. Her eyes, our eye sockets are empty. Her facial expression is intense. Subconscious knows that anyone who looks at the face, anybody who looks at this small clay statuette, will be drawn to the face, the face that has a look that cannot be described. Subconscious whispers to him, Your prince will be very pleased. Continue this. He continues to work intently, not even breaking stride as the voice whispers from beyond his subconscious to him. He continues to work more fervently. He sees himself walking down the alleyway continuously. It loops. It just continues. It goes on, and he comes across man after man, woman after woman down the alleyway. The eyes are burrowing deep into his soul. The eyes in front of him are continuously staying far ahead of him in the real world, in the non-hallucinatory terrain. The sculpture becomes more horrifying, more real, more visceral. This is where I'll actually make Dex crafts or wits crafts. Numbers the same either way. Realizing that it's not good, he fervently scraps what he's done. He something's wrong. Something's not right. The voice whispers to him more intently. He feels himself sinking deeper and deeper into depression, but he doesn't realize that he feels this great sadness, this weight, this sinking weight that pulls him, that tugs at his very existence. He begins again, and the alleyway that he sees before him, before his very eyes, he starts again. He enters the alleyway. He notices the eyes at the end. They burrow deep into his soul. As he walks down, he sees man after man and woman after woman. He notices their eyes burning into him. Those very windows are looking back at him, as if a fire, as if sunlight itself were burning his flesh, as if sunlight itself were burning his soul, as if he were being judged by the light of the day. He continues to work again. He works and he works and he works and he works and he works. He knows this has to be done. He hears the voice, or his subconscious hears the voice deep within his mind, beyond the subconscious. The spiritual whispers to that subconscious,
Your prince needs the best. Continue, continue. Let the eyes guide you. Let the eyes guide you.
The voice is intense. It draws deep. It beats him. It drags him. It pulls his the existence of his very heart. Um, what he does not see is what he's actually sculpting out of the prototyping clay. He's resculpted the base. The base is drawn like it's crafted like pavement, or like a segment of pavement. The ends they end abruptly, jaggedly. They form as if the concrete itself were broken through some great force. The figure laying on the concrete appears to be eviscerated, but the face, and the hollow eye sockets, they reveal a horror beyond description. They reveal a darkness, just like the scene of the eviscerated person. The small clay sculpture is representing. He subconsciously continues working fervently. He's like on autopilot. He continues, and this is where I will actually make the second roll. Um, the voice whispers to him, "Good, good, yes, yes. This is what he wants. This is what he wants to see. Yes." In the hallucinatory terrain, he hears a voice that unnerves him. He starts shaking. But he feels the weight of sadness as the departed around him as he walks down this alleyway, the wings beating down, the wind through the alleyway rushing past him and against him, with him and against him. The eyes in front of him never drawing any closer, always staying far from him, burrowing deep, judging his existence like like the hollowness. Now he realizes the departed. He passes along the side of the alleyway, hollow eye sockets staring at him, their gaze burrowing deep into his very core. The judging, the weight, the mania, the, the, the acceleration, the sadness, the ferocity, melancholy, the joy. Oh, the joy. He knows that the prince he has never met will. No, 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 he can't show this. He must show this. He must see. The feeling crescendos. And in an almost orgasmic rush. Not physically orgasmic, emotionally, psychologically orgasmic, as though his psyche itself has burst forth. He continues to walk down the alleyway. He sees the form in clay before him, not the eyes, but the form. It's like a grand illusion. It's like a projected image. He sees hands working the clay, unfamiliar hands to him. The clay. He seems pleased as it works over and over. It forms. He hears the voice, the pleasing voice, the melancholy, the acceleration, sadness, the fear. Oh, the fear. The fear he feels, the judgment, the weight. This is where I will actually make a third roll for the final result of his craft. Okay. The voice continues, yes, yes, this is what you want. This is what he wants. This is what you should show him. With that, the hallucination, it abruptly breaks. Stefan finds himself at the workbench. He looks down at his work. He realizes that he's begun to paint the prototype with a hardening glaze, so that it will solidify, so that the material will solidify without the need for being baked, without the need for heat. He sees his work and he looks at the face. He's drawn to the hollowness eye sockets. He's drawn to the horror. It's like a train wreck. He's confused as to why he's done this thing, but he knows it's right. But he knows that this piece is shit. But it's right shit. It's wrong, but it's correct. He accepts it. He does he. He continues to paint the piece. He finishes it like he would finish. He remembers his sculpture. He looks over at the covered marble statue. He sees the eyes in front of him. He remembers the eyes of the woman. He was immortal then. This was before his friend, his sire, brought him into this existence. He was walking home from work, from the bakery that he used to work at. That woman, he saw her die in the alleyway. He looked into her eyes. They revealed all of the emotions that he's felt. He blacks out again. He continues his work. The hallucinatory terrain comes back. Different, but the same. Outside of that, he actually continues to work. He finishes the piece. It's part of him knows that it's not the best piece possible. He should not give this as a gift to the prince. But he cannot help but feel that this needs to be shown. That This needs to be seen. The shape, the proportion of the body may not be there. It's completely off, but the face conveys all of the emotions that he's felt. The face of this person. Is it a man? Is it a woman? He does not know. It could be anything. It's up to the person who looks at it. Every single person will see someone different. It could be a man, it could be a woman, it could be somebody androgynous. He finishes the piece. Unconsciously, he backs away from the piece, putting his tools down. As he does so, and he begins to wonder if he's truly ready to meet somebody as important as the prince. He begins to wonder if he even has any choice. Can he really make the decision? Can he really say that he does not have to go? The question fades. It's beaten out of his mind. Of course he has to go. He has to do this. He can't deny what must be done. He will go to this Elysium. He will give his gift to the prince. This piece, this thing that he's created. It doesn't matter if the bodily proportion is off. The face is what matters, and he has captured that in all of its train wreckish horror. Both his vision and his subconscious and his psyche goes completely black and closes to other thoughts.